Everybody, it's Masa here, and we're with the 2022 new Ulala Hero Transformation Guide. We have a bit to go over. Hopefully this one won't be too long. If it is, I apologize. We just have a bit to cover. So let's jump on into it. So with number one, what is Hero Bond? Why are we talking about Hero Bond when I said Hero Transformation? It's because once you progress far enough in Ulala, you will be able to have the Hero Bond unlocked, which is something you'll need to get through first before you get through to the hero transformation side of things. The first bond at the kind of bottom left center is going to be the hunting bond, and for that one, to level that one up and progress through it, you'll have to push just through stages. You'll just have to keep pushing through your different places inside of your Ulala map. You can put up to 150 in the hunting bond section per day. For the food bond, all you'll need to do is just consume food. The higher quality food you consume, the more points you're going to get, but I would suggest probably just eating a bunch of blue food. If you have a bunch of that left over, save your purples and your golds or your yellows, whichever you want to call them, your legendary foods. Save them more so for capturing pets. So if you have blue or green food, feel free, go ahead and eat a bunch of that. I'm not sure exactly how many points blue food gives you, but you'll be able to put up to 8 pieces or 8 points into the food bond a day. Next, we have the pet bond. And with that one, all you have to do is release pets. So I would also suggest, while you are leveling up through Ulala, pushing through your stages, I wouldn't fully recommend getting rid of every single pet right away, even if you do have legendaries or you get some purples that you can use. I would save your legendaries, that way you can put them in the farm. I would save your purples, so that way you can put them in the farm if no legendaries can be put inside there. And I would use your blue, green, and possibly even white pets for releasing, so that way you can put points into the pet bond, which you can put up to 15 points in the pet bond section a day. Next is going to be the courage bond, and that is going to be whenever you are able to hunt the bunny. So you can use your 5 free explorations. You can then use more if you have starfish. And once you get done with using some of your starfish, if you want to, you don't have to. I myself would just kind of save my starfish, unless you just have a lot. If you have like, 4,000 or 5,000 plus on starfish, then you can maybe use some for the courage bond. But outside of that, besides your free ones that you can use, your 5 free ones, I'm not sure exactly how many you get with using starfish, possibly 5. Then you can also use pearls, which is real money that you spend on the game for like another in-game currency. And you can do up to 30 on the courage bond a day. Next, we have the center right, which is going to be the diligence bond. And what that one states is you just have to complete all 5 of your dailies. So you go over to your adventure guild, see what your regular dailies are, complete all of them, and boom, you're able to put up to 10 in per day with the diligence bond. And last but not least, the bottom right center, the adventure bond. So you can put up to 15 pieces in there per day for the adventure bond, and all you have to do is complete pet adventures. So that was Hero Bond done really quick. Hopefully you understood it. If not, feel free, leave a question. I'll do my best to answer it and get a little bit more specific on it. I just kind of wanted to graze through the bases of the Hero Bond, so that way you know, okay, cool, I have to get all this done, and this is what I need to do in order to, put my points into the Hero Bond for these certain sections. Now I'll go ahead and talk about some of the stuff above me, which are going to be little crystals that you can obtain whilst you're just AFKing or whenever you're praying, or something you can use to put as your AFK hunting to get a little bit more of. So attribution crystals for healers and DPSs, you want to go for mainly the crit, impel, attack / crit, or crit / attack, and the impel slash attack, as you want to do as much damage as you can. If you do end up using some of the tank side stuff, which is HP crystals, block crystals, HP armor crystals, and block armor crystals, if I were to suggest any to use just as a filler for the moment, would be either HP crystals or the HP slash armor crystals. And as you know, with the DPSs and the healers, like I said, you want to go for the more damage oriented stuff, because the more damage you're doing, A, the more healing you're doing, and B, the more damage you're doing for your damage characters. And for tanks, the more beefiness or tankiness you can have on your tank, the better they will survive whatever boss you're trying to, attack. Alright, so here I am on one of my tunes, and I'll be able to show you about the skill crystals and the attribute crystals, and kind of explain a little bit more about the hero transformation. So, for hero transformation, what is it? What does it do? Is it good? Is it bad? It's a good thing to have if you are, far enough to get that. So you'll need to go ahead and complete Hero Bond first, and then once you have Hero Bond done, you'll come into the Hero Transformation tab instead of the Hero Bond tab, because you have Hero Bond completed. So these will all be empty for you, all of these slots that have these combo, pursuing, charging, splashing, gifting, secret, those will all be empty for you. And same along with these will all be empty for you as well. Now these are the little gems that you'll acquire while just AFKing, going and doing your praying, or whenever you're AFKing, you have it set as your AFK thing you're going for. So what is Hero Transformation? So Hero Transformation is whenever your character is in combat doing basic attacks, not releasing skills, you will get little points that build up above your character, and they will build up to 100. Once it hits 100, you will turn into your X form, is what most people refer to it as, or you will hit your Hero Transformation, which turns your character in from a normal looking character to a more powerful version of the character. Now, if you have some of these slots unlocked on the skill crystal and the attribute crystal, you can then help buff your character out even more in terms of doing damage or being a little bit stronger. And I should also note, whenever you get into the hero transformation side of things and you are able to do hero heal, do that to the best of your ability. Try to push up as far as you can, pass as many people as you can, because the higher you can push, the more hero heal coins you're going to get, and those will in turn allow you to buy hero talent points, which will be in the hero heal store. I have mine all the way maxed out, so I don't have any in here to look at the moment. But once you have them bought, or as many as you can buy up to 10 per week, I believe it is. For the hero talent points, you can buy up to 10, I believe, per week. You can save them up if you would like, or you can go straight ahead and spend them. So what I would recommend in terms of leveling this talent tree, I would go ahead and try to get some health going, but I wouldn't level up too much. I would level up enough until I could unlock an attribute crystal slot, and then whatever I have left over, I can go ahead and spend it on something else inside here. This will look slightly different on each character, but the only things that'll stay the same really are the health spots for your HP and the armor spots, and the attribute crystal slots and the feature crystal slots. Those will all be in the same spot. The rest of it will be slightly different because not every character is the same exactly. So let's go ahead and talk about the skill crystal side of things first, and then we'll move to the attribute crystals. So for most characters, I would say, unless you don't have the specific ones available to you, over on the right side of the screen, the combo crystal, the pursue crystal, the knockaway crystal, secret, charging, and gifting, those are going to be your main ones to go for. And I do have a little description under each of them telling you, what they do. So that way you don't have to like go in and look at it yourself, or if you don't have it unlocked yet, you kind of have a rough idea as to what to expect and why these are going to be decent ones to go for whenever you have the chance to go ahead and put them in the correct slots. So we have combo here, and combo is just going to help deal damage whenever you hit your X form. Same thing with pursuing. Whenever you use skills, you get extra attack damage after you've hit your X form. Charging is going to allow your rage meter, which is the little meter above your head whenever you're doing basic attacks and it's stacking all the way up to 100. You're going to be able to get another 100 that you can go through. All right, and then knock away, going to help with damage as well. Then we have gifting, which is kind of like charging, except it'll help give you your aggression points to, help get your X form faster, and after you're in your X form, help get you to the charging crystal, so that way, you can get more rage. And then we have secret, which is also increasing your rage limit to 100. So this is the basic layout as to what you kind of want to look for on your character whenever you have the available slots given to you. Now, which ones should you go for first? Honestly, you could go with gifting. If you have gifting, it's always a good one to kind of help get your stuff a little bit quicker, or your rage meter filled up a little bit quicker. Combo would be good, pursuing would be good, knockaway would be alright. So if you can get maybe combo and gifting started first for your first two skill crystal slots, that would be a good place to start with. If not, you can do any combination of these, as long as you have at least, 1, 2, or however many slots available. As long as you have some of these put in, it'll be really nice. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the attribution crystals. Like we did state at the beginning, the healer and DPS ones, you want to go for the crit, impel, crit attack, and impel attack. Now, if you don't have all of them readily available to put into the slots that you have available to you, that's okay. You can put some of the ones that the tanks have as well, like the HP crystal or the armor/HP crystal. We'll go ahead and take a quick look at the tank and how a tank can kind of look. So I have almost all the ones that are over on the right, except I have survival. And if you don't have one of the ones that are over on the right, which are going to be your main ones that you want to try to focus and prioritize in terms of like upgrading and getting better quality, you can possibly go for survival. Survival's not bad because, falling below a certain threshold of health, you'll get a shield. If you don't have survival and you have like all the other ones practically, life still would be okay. If you're just going for PvE and you're not going into like arena or fighting anything, and you're having problems with dealing with the boss, piercing crystal wouldn't be too bad because it ignores X amount of levels of whatever the monster is. So if you are level 110 and the boss or monster that you're fighting is 120, this one right here, because of how far it's been leveled up, will take 2 levels off of that. So the boss that's 120 will technically be 118. I would say also you could do attack speed, but going and looking at the attack speed, even when it's maxed out, it isn't really that effective. And here we are on one of my tanks for the attribute crystal side of things. We have some HP crystals, some HP armor crystals, some block crystals, another HP crystal, and then for the filler, because I don't have a lot of great HP or armor HP or block armor or block crystals to use in here, I have some damage ones just for the time being, which is okay. Alrighty, here we are back on the first character I was on, and we're going to go ahead and talk about leveling up your skill crystals and leveling up your attribute crystals. So if you do have the vouchers, which are going to be the little green vouchers, you can go ahead and spend them if you would like. I myself would spend about 10 at a time. I kind of just save up just in case there's little events that pop up. Let's say